خفيفتان على اللسان. There is two words so light and so easy on the tongue. حبيبتان إلى الرحمن, and they are these two words the most beloved to Allah Almighty to hear from His creation, from children of Adam alayhi salam. And they are very heavy in the balances of Allah Almighty. وثقيلتان في الميزان, كلمتان خفيفتان على اللسان حبيبتان إلى الرحمن ثقيلتان في الميزان. They are so light, so easy to say them on your tongue, by your tongue and by your heart. And they are very beloved to Allah Almighty, and make Allah Almighty pleased from you, and make you to reach to the highest neighborhood to Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And they are so happy in balances of Allah Almighty, all deeds and all whatever mankind do in one hand, and one who say these two words put in the other hand of the balance, they will be much more heavier than all whatever mankind do. Like this Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, and what they are, these two words, so easy words, so precious words, so valuable two words to Allah Almighty and to Rasulullah, to be loved to Allah Almighty, and make Allah pleased from the one of us. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah al-Azim, Astaghfirullah. So easy. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah al-Azim, Astaghfirullah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah al-Azim, Astaghfirullah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah al-Azim, Astaghfirullah. You want to say them before sunrise, and you say them before sunset, or night time, after midnight. Allah Almighty will take them by His almighty hand, and Allah Almighty make this one to be blessed by a special delight from Allah Almighty, because Allah is pleased from him, because He is praising him by these two words, Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah al-Azim, Astaghfirullah. And Allah Almighty promising the one who do this 100 times morning, 100 times before sunset, 100 times before sunrise, midnight, any time, but the very important time before sunrise and before sunset. The one who do them, Allah what is saying, that I am Allah Almighty, and making all malaika to pray on this one who say them, to take him out of darkness of shaitan and his ego, and to put him and bless him by godly lights from Allah Almighty, and put him in neighborhood to Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So easy. Anyone who is asking, how is my spirituality with blessing? Easy. Say this 100 times morning, 100 times evening, and you will be very powerful and so high in the divine presence of Allah Almighty. Because how much you pray to Allah Almighty, nothing is wrong. One pray from Allah Almighty on you and Malaika. Whatever you do, whatever you worship, is nothing if not Allah Almighty to play on you and His Malaika to play on you. One prayer from Allah Almighty on you is enough for you, for all your sins and badness to be erased, and Allah Almighty to upgrade you and to make you in neighborhood to Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Allah will love you, and if Allah love one, then He will bless him from His attributes, from His names. He will crown him by His greatest name. He will make him a Rabbani, a godly one. If he says to something, that will be. Like this, awliyaullah only to show the one who likes to follow them the way leading to Allah Almighty. All Sharia show you how to behave with Allah Almighty through good manner, and through prayers, and through fasting, and completing the 5 pillars of Islam. But to walk and to ascend in the ways leading to Allah Almighty, no more Sharia can carry you. Sharia is like a car. Now if you want to ascend to the divine presence of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah, you need a very huge aeroplane or a rocket, a missile to take you up to heavens to reach you to Allah Almighty. And this only is by the hand of awliyaullah. They are the ones specialized to guide everyone in the ways of Allah Almighty. No one can be reaching to Allah Almighty without the guidance of awliyaullah, because Allah grant them to be specialized in guiding everyone in the way of Allah Almighty. If you want to be guided in Sharia, go to Mufti, go to ulama. They are specialized in this field. If you want the way of Allah Almighty, you must search for awliyaullah to guide you, to make you to reach to and ascend to the divine presence of Allah Almighty, to take out from you, to tolerate from you all burdens, all sufferings, all bala, all miseries of this humanity you are blessing, and to bless you by a spiritual body, by a body blessed by godly light from Allah Almighty. Then you will be able by this godly body, by this life, to ascend to the divine presence of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah. How do you think this humanity of you, with all badness and burdens, can reach to meet the spirituality of Rasulullah? Never. No one can be meeting the spirituality of Rasulullah unless he will finish his humanity totally. No more existence for his humanity. No more existence for any, even one tiny atom of badness or proudness or bad manner in him. And by taking off all veils from in between him and Rasulullah and Allah Almighty, there is 80,000 veils between the one and between Allah Almighty and Rasulullah. And you have no power to take them. The power Allah given it to whom? The power is given to awliyaullah to take off all these veils, all these curtains, all these blocking your way to the divine presence of Allah Almighty. Without the guidance of Allah, of awliya, never anyone can reach to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Allah Almighty. This is what Allah Almighty saying in the Holy Quran. I am not getting this from my pocket. Mawlana say, this is the teaching of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim Sultan of Awliya, Grand Shaykh. Allah Almighty is saying in the Holy Quran in Surah Al-Kahf, Man yahdillahu fahuwa al-muhtad. The one who Allah Almighty bless him by hidayah and guidance is the one who is well guided. And the one whom Allah Almighty make him to miss the way of Allah Almighty, to be blessed by this humanity which is full with all badness and sins, and he is misguided by shaitan and by friends around him and by his desire and his ego. Allah Almighty saying, وَمَنْ يُضْلِلِ اللَّهِ, the one who Allah make him to be misguided, never you find for him a waliya murshida. وَمَنْ يُضْلِلِ اللَّهِ فَلَنْ تَجِدْ لَهُ وَلِيًّا مُرْشِدًا. وَمَنْ يُضْلِلِ Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the one who is misguided, the one who is misguided by shaitan, by his desires, his vanity, by his ego, following them, wasting his humanity, never you will find for him that I appoint a murshid, and this murshid, this guidance, a wali. He must be an awliya, and in the same time, not an ordinary awliya. Not every awliya can guide you to Allah Almighty and Rasulullah. Every awliya has their only they are for barakah, for blessing, but the real awliya whom they can guide you on to Allah Almighty and Rasulullah, to ascend you to their divine presence, must be a murshid, must be a one who is blessed by irshad from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah. which means the one who can take off from you your humanity, your ego, your desire, who purify your heart and purify you and make you well dressed by light of Rasulullah and light of Allah Almighty, and then he will be like a lift. You know the lift? The lift, for example, if there is a tower of 100 flat, 200 flat, 300 flat, you will enter into the first floor, the earthly floor to the lift, then only you press the bottom to 200 or 300, and this lift will carry you up all alone. You will start doing nothing. Then, all of a sudden, you will see yourself, you reach to the 300 flat. Like this, awliya Allah. Like this, the wali, who is a guidance also, not only awliya, but dressed by guidance to guide you, is like a lift. Only you will stand in his lift, and only you press the bottom. Just pressing the bottom, he will take you to reach you to the divine presence of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Allah Almighty. But how to enter, how to press this bottom? You must have a code number. You must have a card where there is a code in it. You put it like this, then this door will be open for you. Then you will enter to this lift, then you put another card and you press the button, and it will take you, ascend you to the divine presence of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah. Like this, Allah Almighty saying in Surah Al-Kahf that Allah Almighty, the one who is guiding him, send hidayah for him, is well guided. And the one who misguided himself by obeying shaitan and his desires and killing the sunnah of Rasulullah and as following friends of this life, that was never Allah will appoint for him an awliya, and this awliya to be also an awliya who is a guidance awliya to guide him and to lift him by the lift, to ascend him to the divine presence of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Allah Almighty. Even in the lift, he is doing nothing, standing only. Even there is no tasbih in his hand, nothing in his hand, not saying nothing, but this awliya is carrying him up. And like this Sultan of awliya, anyone making bay'ah with him and connecting his heart with his heart and put the code number of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, then the lift will be as if he pressed the button, and he will upgrade him and he will ascend him to the divine presence of Rasulullah and to Allah Almighty. Like this awliyaullah. And all our meetings or our sohbah is from the station of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, not from me. I am also listening as you are listening. I am listening and you are listening, and this teaching for me and for all of you coming from Mawlana Shaykh Nazim Qaddasallahu Sirruh, to teach everyone that no one can reach to Allah Almighty and Rasulullah without an awliya to guide him to Rasulullah and Allah Almighty. And this is a good luck for us that Allah Almighty make us to be connected and making bay'ah with Sultan of awliya, not any ordinary awliya with 124,000 awliya, but with the Sultans of all awliya, Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, the Siddiq of this time, the successor of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, and all the grand sheikhs, and the successor of the secret of prophecy, and the successor of 124,000 prophet secrets, all addressed to him, and they represent all of them. Like this, these grand sheikhs, these awliya, and they easily can take the one who put the code number and enter into their lift, or then they make a bay'ah with them and they will ascend them. Even if you do nothing, they are not depending on your worshiping, or on your zikr, or your praying. They know it is all useless because you are losing it. You are in the way to Allah Almighty. Every one of you lost whatever he is doing from good deeds. One ghiba will be erasing all your good deeds. One looking at the TV will erase all your deeds, good deeds. One looking at a woman will erase all your good deeds. One looking from a woman to a man will erase all her good deeds. One any forbidden things which Allah forbidden it, and the one do it, Allah will erase all his good deeds. By what you will reach to Allah Almighty and Rasulullah? Only by the guidance of this awliya whom you connected with him. He is responsible about you, and he first of all will take off this 80,000 veils from in between you and Allah Almighty and Rasulullah by his power. And he will purify and sanctify your ego, yourself, and make you to be a pure one, and then will ask from Allah Almighty godly lights and from Rasulullah, from his reality lights, to purify you and to bless you by godly lights, by Muhammadi lights, that then you will be easy for him to carry you, to ascend you in these huge maqams without looking to all your worshipping or whatever you are doing. But the most important, what is the most important? What is the main thing which you must have so that this awliya can carry you? By what you must offer him, what you offer him so that he can carry you. You must offer him love. You must offer him that he is beloved to you from all your money, from all your family, from all your soul, from all yourself which is between your shoulders, to be the beloved to you, and Rasulullah to be the beloved to you, and Allah Almighty to be the beloved to you, and to have good intention, good niyyah, and only nothing in your heart except Allah Almighty and Rasulullah, and the faith and the i'tiqad and the belief in the Shaykh, in this awliya, in this guidance was appointed to you by Allah Almighty. By this i'tiqad, by this faith, and by this love, easy for him to carry you up. But if there is no faith, no i'tiqad, no belief, no love, then you will be a burden on him, and only suffering and miseries and bala and all kind of misfortune will be covering you and coming over your head. While the one who built up his heart on love of Allah Almighty, love of Rasulullah, love of Mawlana and Awliyaullah, and he blessed his heart only by faith, by iman, by i'tiqad, by belief in him, in this guidance, that he has the power to guide him to Allah Almighty and Rasulullah, without any doubt, without any thoughts or whispering of shaitan, and by love, to be beloved to him, then and connecting his heart with his heart, and then he put this code number, then he will be as if it touched the bottom, and this awliya as a lift would ascend him to the divine presence of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah. Every one of you has a code number, and until you make your best to reach your code number, then you will be able to ascend to Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everyone, there is plenty between our jama'ah, not here in this country only, but all over the world, whom they are related to Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. Plenty of them, they think that they are something, and in reality they are nothing. They are zero, nothing. They have nothing, only claiming we have vision, we have imagination, we see Mawlana, he appealed to us, he's talking to us, someone saying, I am talking with the picture. The same ideas and the same characters of the Christian and the Jews who used to worship the cross, and they say we are talking with Jesus, or they say we are talking with the Jews, they are talking with what they believe in, with Hosea, when they took him as a son of Allah Almighty. But really, Jesus is on the cross is going to talk, or they sometimes they say that they saw the statues of Kabbani, the mother of Sayyidina Isa, oil coming from her eyes, or crying, or tears, all imagination, all this unreal things, all it is from Shaitan, making them to see such things, to misguide them and to make them to be always far away from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah. Be careful from the whispering of Shaitan. Be careful from the imagination. Be careful from everything make you to be far away from Allah Almighty. As one of the murids, he came to a Shaykh. He was a senior murid for Sayyidina Abdul Khaliq al-Dawani, and he say, "Oh murids, I am the senior between you. I am so high in Maqam. I am every night sitting with Allah Almighty and talking to him as I am talking to you, as I am talking to Shaykh." They told the Shaykh, then the Shaykh told them, "Come, my son, what I am hearing you say, yes, yes, I reached to a rank, to a state that every night at the last third of the night, I sit with Allah Almighty and I talk with him and he talks with me and I know everything and I can say what is going to be in the future and what is going to happen because he is talking to me." Then he told me, "Well, very good, very good. You are very good. You reach very high maqam. And I am the Shaykh and the Imam of the Khatmul Khajatan. I am the Khalif of Allah Almighty appointed me on Khatmul Khajatan. I didn't reach this position. So my son, for barakah, to give me some barakah from you, take this knife. And this night when you go to meet Allah Almighty and to sit with him, bring for me something as barakah from him." And what you want barakah from him? He told them, "If you bring the ear of him, it's enough for me. Cut by the knife the ear and bring it for me." He said, "Yes." I said, "Easy, as you like. I will try my best to get you the ear of Allah Almighty." And then next day morning, after Sohbet prayer, he came and all they prayed with Sayyidina Abdul Khaliq al-Dawani. After reciting Yasin Sharif, after praying the Ishraq, he say, "Oh my son, what you did this night? I fulfill your order, Ya Sayyid. As you told me, I did." And he take from his pocket a towel. He told him, "I cut the ear of Allah Almighty and I put it in the towel and I kept it in my pocket. Take it, Ya Sayyidi, to be barakah for you." And then Sayyidina Abdul Khaliq al-Dawani, in front of all his murids, and plenty of them, they used to be Shaykh al-Islam, Muftis, Alim, all sitting, they want to see this barakah, the ear of Allah Almighty. They opened the towel and they were so surprised, full with blood, and it was the ear of a donkey. Is a donkey, my son? You are saying of Allah Almighty, how? Allah Almighty has a blood, and this is an ear of a donkey, not of a creator. You say, how? I, by myself, I cut his ear. I make him not to notice, and I cut his ear. Where you sit with him, he say, "Come, I will show you." And Sayyidina Abdul Qadir al-Dawani with all the murid, they went with him, and he was taking them to the stable where they put the donkeys. And he told them, "Here I sit on the straws and I face, he will sit in front of me," and once the huge donkey sitting in front of him, and he used to look at the donkey as if he's God. And he was talking to him, and the donkey also making a noise. He thinks he's speaking with Allah Almighty, talking with him, and they saw pity for this donkey, all the blood coming, because he cut his ear and all the blood coming, and he was in very suffering position, this donkey, and complaining to Sayyidina Abdul Khaliq al-Dawani from this belief. He told them, "My son, this your imagination, this your illusions make you to see the donkey, and you are sitting on the table, you think you are sitting on a throne, but it is really straws, and you are meeting the donkey in the stable, and you think he is Allah Almighty. And this is the donkey. You are suffering him. You are going to be questioned Yawm al-Qiyamah for this bad deeds you did for the donkey. And he kicked him out, and he told him, you are not a good one to be representing the Naqshbandi way and the Rushdwani way. And like there's plenty of the Murids now, especially the new ones whom they are coming in these 20 years. All of them, they think that they have vision, they have imagination, they have illusions. It is all imagination and illusion, and they say it is opening and vision, and they try their best. Like Christian, how Christian, they put books and books about Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam and about the wisdom. Why Allah Almighty, they said that He is not satisfied by shedding the blood of sheep or goats or camel or cows for Allah Almighty. Is not enough for Him. He wants now the blood of mankind to be shed, and for this He sacrificed His Son to be His blood shedded, that Allah Almighty will forgive them. And they put books and they put laws and they encyclopedia and they put things so that to make these no-mind people to believe by their research and their teaching, and all of it is imagination. And Yawm al-Qiyamah, and before Yawm al-Qiyamah, when Sayyidina Isa will appear, he will tell them, I am not the son of Allah Almighty. I am a slave to Allah Almighty. I am a creation. I am slave to Allah Almighty. And Abdullah. I am servant to Allah Almighty. And I am not a God. And my mother not a God. We are servant to Allah Almighty. We are slave to Allah Almighty. And we are so in need to the forgiveness and mercies of Allah Almighty. And Allah saying to the Christian and to these Murids of Naqshbandi way and also the ways whom all depending on their visions and imagination and illusions, they say the same. The one who needs to eat and drink, the one who is in need for food, the one who is in need to enter the toilet and to take out of his body the waste, is a God. The one who is making waste and he's passing urine is a God. The one who is a real spiritual one and reach to the divine presence of Allah Almighty and blessed by a godly body, by a light body from Allah Almighty and a light body from Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You think he need to enter to toilet, or he need to eat, or they are dressed by malakuti power. Allah dressed them by a power that they are not able to eat or to drink. Once Sayyidina Yazid al-Bastami, the Sultan of Arifin, Allah named him Sultan of Arifin, he ordered himself to do something for Allah Almighty, and his ego was a little, he has no ego, himself was a little bit complaining, difficult to me. Then he punished himself for 1 year, complete year, a whole year, 12 months, 365 days, not to be given any drop of water to drink or any mouthful of a food to eat. 1 year, no food, no water to drink, nothing, to be fasting because she complained from doing something for the sake of Allah Almighty. 1 whole year. Like this, these awliya whom they are dressed by malakuti power, by godly power from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah. They are not in need for food or drink forever. But Mawlana and the Grand Shaykh, they said they eat. Why they eat? Grand Shaykh was slave to Islam. In seclusions, he used to eat 3 spoons of lentil soup, and the rest he gives to the Grand Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. and Mawlana Shaykh Nazim used to eat, and Mawlana told me, one Shaykh, he told him, we not in need for all this food, but only we are eating and drinking only to show shukr to Allah Almighty, thanking Allah Almighty, and to show the shukr for that Allah Almighty on behalf of children of Adam alayhi salam and the Ummah, that He is providing us by all these good favor, by this food, by good all means of goodness and water to drink, so that no one to suffer from hungry or thirsty. And for this we are drinking and eating so few little, only showing thankful to Allah Almighty, shukr to Allah Almighty. Some awliya in the 24 hours, as a shukr to Allah Almighty, thankful to Allah Almighty, they eat only one boiled egg. One boiled egg, they boil one egg, and the same weight of it, they will weigh some dry bread, and they eat them only to show shukr to Allah Almighty, then drink 1 cup of water and finish for nothing 24 hours. They are not in need. Sayyidina Imam al-Shafi'i, once he entered to the maqam of Sayyidina Abu Hanifa, it was Maghrib time or Asr time. He entered in Asr time to the shrine where the maqam of Sayyidina Imam Abu Hanifa, and he prayed the Asr Jama'ah with his people. Then he said, I am in seclusion now, only time of prayer come to me. And then it was a mosque. And the mosque, where the shrine, there is no toilet, there is no water, nothing. The toilet and the water outside the mosque. And so he prayed the Asr. Then Maghrib time they came, they prayed with him the Maghrib. Then Isha time they came and prayed with him the Isha with the same wudu, with the same ablution. Then midnight they came, they used to play Qiyamul Layl. They used to finish every night, they play 8 raka'at to 11 raka'at, called Qiyamul Layl. In it they used to complete at least 3 juz of the Holy Quran. Every 10 days they complete 1 Khatm al-Quran. And they pray with him the Qiyamul Layl, and he's still in same wudu. Then it was Fajr time, also they pray the Tahajjud, they pray the Najat, the Tasbih prayer, the Shukr prayer. Then they pray the Fajr, and he's still in the same wudu. Then he completed his seclusion, and it was the Ishraq, and he in same wudu. Then he prayed the Duha, and in the same wudu. Then he prayed the Zohr of the next day with them in the same wudu. Then he prayed the Asr, because he entered for a 24-hour seclusion with the same wudu. Then he come out from the seclusion, and still he has the same wudu. No need to renew his wudu, or he was not in need to drink or to eat anything. Like this awliya Allah Azza wa Jalla. They are ones whom Allah grant them. These awliya, even so high maqam, never a one of them, never I heard from Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, never I heard from a grand Shaykh, never I heard from Sayyidina Imam al-Shafi or awliya to say that we have opening, we have visions, we have to say such imagination, and to say that just now appear for us like this or like that, or they are seeing something. Only I see these fool people, mental sick people whom they around them, they are saying all these things to make the ones following them to have belief in them that they are something important, to claim that they are deputies. They are the ones whom they have something from the Shaykh, and they really they have nothing. The one who has really something from the Shaykh, he will hide himself totally, he will cover himself totally. he will be sitting with people or with all the murids as a common one, and even anyone will see himself he is better than him and he knows better than him, while he is the one will be a station or a high maqam in the presence of the Shaykh, but he will not show except humbleness, and he is nothing as an ordinary one. Sayyidina Abdul Wahab al-Sha'rani was a big awliya. He used to, by one step, to cover all Egypt. With one step to go all around and to serve in every house what they need, the poor people, and what everyone in need, or a funeral, or like this, or like that. And he used to help all of them in less than a second. Then he returned to his zawiyah and to pray the Maghrib. And he used to pray the Maghrib. Once one awliya was sitting beside him, and he saw him after praying the Maghrib and the Awabin and finished, he started to recite the Holy Quran. Between Maghrib and the Isha in Egypt, it is 1.5 hours, not like here 1 hour 10 minutes. No, then 1 hour and a half. He saw that Sayyidina Abdul Wahab al-Sha'rani, he's a big awliya, he started reciting the Holy Quran. Half an hour it took him to finish the Maghrib prayer and the Awabin and to read Alif Lam Mim Sajda and Surah Al-Waqi'ah. Then all the people of the mosque went and he stayed in his mosque. Well, now is his maqam and the shrine, and he started to recite the Holy Quran, and he saw awliya sitting beside him. Then he saw that Sayyidina Abdul Wahab al-Sha'rani in this hour, till the azan of Isha, he completed 100 khatam of the Holy Quran. From cover to cover. He was able, by his miracle power, to complete 100 khatam of the Holy Quran. And the Holy Quran used for anyone to complete 1 khatam, it needs him perhaps, if he is a very good reciter and memorize and quickly reciting, it needs him at least he needs 20 hours to 24 hours. In 1 hour he complete 100 khatam of the Holy Quran until the Muazzin Bilal saying Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, he was finishing 100 khatam of the Holy Quran. Like this Allah will give them a godly tongue, a tongue which is called Tai, the tongue of Tai, which means a tongue which is blessed by lights of Allah Almighty, which is out of time. And the 100 khatam is nothing. If he wants, he can make 1,000 khatam. And Mawlana say, the specification of the Grand Shaykh, in every, when he is inhaling, he used to complete one fully khatam of the secrets of the Holy Quran. The secrets of the Holy Quran, it took with Sayyidina Shihabuddin, the son of Sayyidina Muhammad al-Madani, to complete it. He stayed day and night in the same wudu, without going to toilet or anything, only keeping the 5 prayers and continuing reciting the secrets of the Holy Quran. It took him 3 months to finish it. 3 months, day and night, without sleeping, without eating, without drinking, until he finished making khatam of the holy secrets of the Holy Quran. And then he blessed it to the grave of his father. His father refused, I will not take this gift. I will not accept, Ya Rasulullah, this gift from my son Shihabuddin. He was the Imam of all awliya in mountain of Qaf. The mountain of Qaf is another planet nearby our earth where they're all full with awliyaullah. And he said, I will not accept this gift, and if you promise, Ya Rasulullah, that this slice of the holy secrets of the Holy Quran, this khatam, will be blessed to all the murids of Sayyidina Shaykh Sharafuddin, Qaddasallahu Sirruhu, the Shaykh of Grand Shaykh, and to all the murids of his successors to Yawm al-Qiyamah, which mean all murids of Grand Shaykh Mawlana Shaykh Abdullah Darasani, all murids of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim al-Haqqani, and like this to Khan Sahib al-Zaman Sayyidina al-Mahdi and Yawm al-Qiyamah. And Rasulullah promised him that all of them, their grave will be blessed by the lights of the secrets of the Holy Quran. And once they enter to their grave, the grave will be not as ordinary paradise, but will be from the paradises over the throne of Allah Almighty, which is related to the secrets and realities of the Holy Quran. Like this, awliyaullah serving the people. And then you will see some who know nothing, they will claim that you have something important. You know everything, you have vision, you have imagination, you know everything. And they really know nothing, and they have nothing from spirituality. The one who has real spirituality, the one who will see only that Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, he is the one appearing in him, he is the one outside of him, he is the one inside of him, and he is the one in between the outside and inside. There is nothing, no existence for him, only the existence of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. As Mawlana Shaykh Nazim till now, 93 years, never saying anything except he will say, Grand Shaykh is saying so, Grand Shaykh is saying so, Grand Shaykh is saying so. Never saying I am saying something except Grand Shaykh saying, look, the other alhamdulillah. Grand Shaykh is saying, used to say, for his Shaykh he is saying so and he is saying so. And like this, and Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq never relating anything to himself except saying Rasulullah said so and Rasulullah saying so. Never Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq he say, I have visions of opening, of imagination, nothing. Anyone read a hadith of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq or know anything about our Sayyidina Siddiq? Every one of the Sahaba, he wrote and he gave thousands of hadiths of Rasulullah. Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq only what comes from his mouth all his life after Rasulullah and in time of Rasulullah, he gave only 17 hadiths. Only 17 hadiths, and he was Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq. Where is the knowledge of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq? All Sahaba, they gave thousands of the hadiths and knowledge. Why Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq 17 hadiths? And Rasulullah was saying, the one who keep the knowledge not to give it to my nation, he is responsible Yawm al-Qiyamah. And Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq never will be responsible. Where is the knowledge of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq? Where is the thousands of hadiths which 23 years was Rasulullah? He was not able to learn anything except 17 hadiths only from Rasulullah, and all other Sahaba, thousands of hadiths and teaching they were giving, because the knowledge of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, he is the door of the city of realities and secrets, and what Allah addressed to Rasulullah, ordering him to dress to the chest of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq. And that is the knowledge of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq went from his heart to his successor. All this knowledge were given from Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, and all the realities and the wisdom of all the hadiths and the secrets was given to his successor, who was Sayyidina Salman al-Farisi. And Salman al-Farisi gave them to whom? No, Nabi Salman. Then it was Al-Qasim, the grandson of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq. Grandson of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq. Al-Qasim. After Sayyidina Al-Qasim was given to Sayyidina Ja'far al-Sadiq. Al-Qasim, Sayyidina Ja'far. And then this knowledge from Sayyidina Ja'far al-Sadiq was given to Sayyidina Abu Yazid al-Bastami, whom Allah called him Sultan al-Arifin. Then from Sayyidina Abu Yazid al-Bastami they went to Sayyidina Abu Hassan al-Khalatani. Then from Sayyidina Abu Hassan al-Khalatani they went to Sayyidina Abu Ali al-Faridi. Then from Sayyidina Abu Ali al-Faridi they went to Sayyidina Yusuf al-Hamadani, Qaddasallahu sirrah, who makes Sayyidina Muhyiddin Abdul Qadir al-Jailani to reach the maqam that is put over the neck of all awliya. He was the imam of him to make him reach this maqam. Then from Sayyidina Yusuf al-Hamadani Sayyidina al-Khudr Abu al-Abbas, because Sayyidina Abu Khalid al-Dawani was only just born and he was only 3-4 years yet. And so Allah Almighty in the day of promises and Rasulullah ordering Sayyidina Yusuf al-Amazani to keep the secrets and this knowledge until he will be mature, Sayyidina Abdul Khalid al-Dawani, and well trained by Sayyidina al-Khudr alayhi salam to dress him all these knowledge of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. And from Sayyidina Abu al-Abbas, Sayyidina al-Khudr, they went to Sayyidina Abdul Khalid al-Dawani. Then from Sayyidina Abdul Khalid al-Dawani to whom? Sayyidina Arif al-Akwal. Then from Sayyidina Arif al-Akwal, all this knowledge went to whom? To Sayyidina Mahmud Injir al-Faghnawi. Then from Sayyidina Mahmud Injir al-Faghnawi, they went to Sayyidina Baba al-Samasi, Muhammad Baba al-Samasi. Muhammad Baba al-Samasi, they are two, not one, but they consider them as one because Muhammad, the father, his name was Muhammad al-Ghujdawani, and his name was Baba al-Samasi. And for this they called them Muhammad Baba al-Samasi because they were both of them at the same time, and both of them they were successors to each other, and only there was between them 2-3 years and pass away, and for this they put both of them by one name, Muhammad Baba al-Samasi. Then after Muhammad Baba al-Samasi, the secret went to Sayyid Amir al-Kulali. Sayyidina Amir al-Kulali was the Shaykh of Sayyidina Shah al-Naqshband. The secret were dressed from Sayyidina Muhammad Baba al-Samasi, Sayyidina Shah al-Naqshband, to a certain point. Then Sayyidina Muhammad Baba al-Samasi told him, I am totally dry, no more to give you my son. Now I am going to present you to Rasulullah and take from his ocean. I am not able to give you more. And then Sayyidina Shah al-Naqshband was taking all knowledge from Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, from Rasul, the ocean of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah opening for him the divine, the ocean of reality secrets from Allah Almighty. Then Sayyidina Shah al-Naqshband, he gave to his son-in-law Sayyidina Ala al-Din al-Bukhari, and Sayyidina Ala al-Din al-Bukhari, he gave it to Sayyidina Yaqub al-Sharghi. Sayyidina Yaqub al-Sharghi, all the ulama, all people, they deny him, they refuse to respect him. They kicked him out of the city, they put him in the mountains, and he was hiding himself in a cave and stayed there, no one approaching to him. They say he is not a real Muslim, and he was the successor of Rasulullah and Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. He was the one who is carrying the secret of prophecy of Rasulullah and the holy breath of Allah Almighty, which bloweth in Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam. And Sayyidina Ala al-Din gives to Sayyidina Yaqub al-Sharghi. Sayyidina Yaqub al-Sharghi, he gave his secrets to Sayyidina Ubaydullah al-Ahrari in Samarkand. Sayyidina Ubaydullah al-Ahrari gave it to Sayyidina Muhammad Zahid al-Bukhari. Sayyidina Muhammad Zahid al-Bukhari gave it to Sayyidina Muhammad Darwish. And from Muhammad Darwish it went to Sayyidina Khajat al-Amkanaki. He was 85 years old. He was the chief judge, even though and already retired. Rasulullah ordering that he is the successor, and he was taking the secret. Then Sayyidina Khajat al-Amkanaki, he gave it to Sayyidina Muhammad al-Baqi. Sayyidina Muhammad al-Baqi was so young, 20 years of age, and he remained until 35 years of age. 35 years of age, Rasulullah ordering him to go to India. From Bukhara to India, he told him, the successor is there who is going to carry the secret. Go give the secret and you will die there. He went to India, to Delhi. At that time it was called Dahla, not Delhi, Dahla it was called. And he searched until he find his successor, Sayyidina Ahmad al-Faruqi, the renewer of the second millennium, Mujaddid al-Alf al-Sani. And only he trained him and behaved him and made seclusion for him for 2 years, and he passed away by 37 his age was. And then Ahmad al-Faruqi, he gave it to his son, Muhammad Ma'soom, was his successor. Then the successor of the son of Sayyidina Ahmad al-Faruqi, Muhammad Ma'soom, was his son also Sayyidina Saifuddin, grandson of Sayyidina Ahmad al-Faruqi and son of Sayyidina Muhammad Ma'soom. Then Sayyidina Saifuddin, he gave it to Sayyidina Nur Muhammad al-Badawani. Sayyidina Nur Muhammad al-Badawani, he was the successor and he was blessed by these realities and secrets, and even though the ulama at that time, they accuse him that he is out of Islam, and they sentence him to be jailed all his life. And in the jail used to appear for him the spirituality of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then Rasulullah sent for him his successor to dress him even he was in the jail. Nur Muhammad al-Badawani. And Nur Muhammad al-Badawani in India, their maqams all near Madras. He gave his secret to Sayyidina Habibullah, Janan Habibullah, Mazhar. And Sayyidina Habibullah, Janan Mazhar, he gave it to Sayyidina Abdullah al-Dahlawi. Sayyidina Abdullah al-Dahlawi, he was the successor of Sayyidina Habibullah, and then Allah Almighty ordered Rasulullah to order one big imam from the Kurdish people in Iraq called Sayyidina Khalid al-Baghdadi. From Baghdad he was, and from the Kurdish type. All now his descendants in Sulaimaniyah, whom they now announced their own city, and they have their own government. They never under the rule of al-Maliki. They don't accept him. And all of them ruling Barazani and Taliban and all Talibani, the president of Iraq, and the Barazani, the president of the Kurdish side, all they are the descendant of Sayyidina Khalid al-Baghdadi, and all Naqshbandi, all the Kurdish in Iraq, they are Naqshbandi people. And like this, Sayyidina Sayyidina Khalid al-Baghdadi was ordered to go to Hajj, and in Hajj he met one of the murid of Sayyidina Abdullah al-Dahlawi, and he told him about his Shaykh, and he said, I like to see this Shaykh and his miracle. He went to Sayyidina Abdullah al-Dahlawi, and Sayyidina Abdullah al-Dahlawi was ordered by Rasulullah to welcome him from just reaching 10 kilometers from Delhi. He was standing waiting for Sayyidina Khalid, and he welcomed him, and he put him 6 months as a seclusion, and after 6 months he blessed him as a successor by this secret of prophecy of Rasulullah, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, and the holy deeds of Allah Almighty. Then Sayyidina Khalid al-Baghdadi, he addressed the secrets to Sayyidina Shaykh Ismail al-Anarani. And Sayyidina Shaykh Ismail al-Anarani from Anaran, a place beyond the river in the Caucasus. And he stayed only 2 weeks after Sayyidina Khalid, and he passed away by the yellow fever. And Sayyidina Khalid also, he was 50 years old, passed by the yellow fever, because they tolerated from the people of Sham. Instead, the people of Sham to die by the yellow fever, by this infection, they carry it, and all they were safe, and they were passing away. And then he gave the secret to Sayyidina Shaykh Ismail al-Sharawani and to Sayyidina Khas Muhammad al-Dagestani, and he told him, don't stay 1 minute here, by one step go to Dagestan and spread the Naqshbandi way there. And Sayyidina Khas Muhammad dressed as the successor, and he dressed it to Sayyidina Shaykh Muhammad Afandi al-Yaraghi. Sayyidina Shaykh Muhammad Afandi al-Yaraghi, Shaykh and Sayyid Jamal al-Din al-Ghumuqi al-Husayni, and Sayyidina Shaykh Abdul Rahman al-Sughuri, or known by us Abu Ahmad al-Sughuri, they were in the same time, 3 of them. And Sayyidina Khas Muhammad read them, but he made first to be Sayyidina Shaykh Muhammad Afandi Yaghawi after he passed away to pass the secret to Sayyidina Sayyid Jamal al-Din Umqi Hussein. He used to have two eyes, one over the navel, one under the navel, and these eyes like eyes of horses. The eyes which is over the navel look to see over the throne, and over the throne what is going on in this second minute. He used to tell to people in front of him. And the eye below the navel used to see all these earthly and all below divinely godly work till the throne also. And in the second what going on, he used to tell to all whom they are around him. And like this, he was very powerful, and Allah making the eyes of his heart to appear on his body over the navel and below the navel. And then he blessed the secret, he passed it to Sayyidina Shaykh Abdul Rahman al-Suhur al-Dawastani, or known as Sayyidina Abu Ahmad al-Suhur. Then Sayyidina Abu Ahmad al-Suhur passed it to Sayyidina Shaykh Sharaf al-Din al-Dawastani. But he has one murid who was the uncle of Sayyidina Shaykh Sharaf al-Din al-Dawastani. He was the Imam of 40 ways from him. He trained him to be the Imam of 40 ways, and he was begging Sayyidina Shaykh Sharaf al-Din, his nephew, please enter me into Imamiyya of Naqshbandi way. He told him, it is not in my hand, I will ask Rasulullah for his permission. And by begging Rasulullah, insisting on Rasulullah, Sayyidina Shaykh Sharaf al-Din, he told him, put him with the Darwish under the training of our Grand Shaykh Mawlana Shaykh Abdullah Darastani to complete of 40 days, and he will be dressed by as al-Imam of the Naqshbandi way. And for this they put his name in the golden chain only for barakah. And by the end of the 40 days, Sayyidina Shaykh Sharafuddin was in Istanbul, and Sayyidina Muhammad al-Madani was in the seclusion with Grand Shaykh with 16, from the murid of Sayyidina Shaykh Sharafuddin. By the end of the 40 days, one Grand Shaykh opened for him the maqam of his heart. He was shocked and he died, passed away. And quickly Sayyidina Shaykh Sharafuddin was alive, because Rasulullah ordered him go and wash him and pray on him. He is already now passed away as Imam of Naqshbandi way. And then Grand Shaykh take the secret from Sayyidina Shaykh Sharafuddin was dressed to him, and he was the seal of awliya. Sayyidina Shaykh Sharafuddin used to say, as Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Rasulullah was sealed of prophets, the sealed of all awliya. From pre-eternal today of Yawm al-Qiyamah is my son Abdullah Afandi, our Grand Shaykh Mawlana Shaykh Abdullah Darasani. And what is the meaning of sealed of awliya? Which all awliya whom they come from time of Adam till time of Rasulullah, from time of Rasulullah till now at present time, and then when they are going to come in the future to the day of judgment, all the lights of wilaya will be dressed to them from Grand Shaykh who will be the seal of awliya. Then the successor of Grand Shaykh whom he passed for him this secret of sealed of awliya, Sultan of awliya, secret of prophecy of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the holy breath of Allah Almighty which blowed in Sayyidina Adam, and all these divinely oceans of the city of realities and secrets and divinely ocean which was Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, the door of it, was blessed to Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, Qaddasassallah Sirruhu al-Badna, to Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, and they are blessed to Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, and he is now the Sultan of Awliya. 124,000 awliya they are in need for his supportation and for his madad and for all his teaching and advice. Just he wants to open a sohbah, all 124,000 awliya, all of them, even they are east, west, north, south, they will be stopping all their things, and they have ears on their heart, and these ears of them, they only will be listening by concentration on the talk and sohbah of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim. And like this, the secret will remain till time of Sayyidina al-Mahdi with Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, or it will reach to time of Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. May Allah Almighty forgive us and mercy us and bless us by love of Allah Almighty, love of Rasulullah, love of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, love of Grand Shaykh and all Grand Shaykh and Sahaba and Sayyidina Abu Bakr, Sayyidina Adnan, Ali Fatima, Sayyidina Hassan Hussein and the holy family of Rasulullah and Bayt and Sahaba of Rasulullah and all awliya and all awliya, Naqshbandi awliya and all 40 ways awliya, and Allah to bless us by love of Sahib al-Zaman Sayyidina al-Mahdi alayhi salam, and to make us sincere muris to Mawlana Shaykh Nazim and to grant and sincere follower of Sayyidina al-Mahdi alayhi salam, and to make us sincere ummah to Rasulullah and sincere servant to Allah Almighty. Hurmat al-Habib, hurmat al-Fatih. This is a light from what was going on in this 24 hours in the one of Rasulullah. Now it is finished, and in it all this knowledge was coming, and the wisdom of all this knowledge that Mawlana Shaykh Nazim going remaining and the bottom in his hand to press it for he would be happening this war, and Sayyidina al-Mahdi, he was going to invite him to appear, and also he will continue with him till time of Sayyidina Isa or before he will pass away, because it depends on the will of Allah. This is what's happening in this 24 hours in the diwan of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some, a little bit only, which is for the tongue to say it, but what is the heart, not permission to speak until the time will come. Muhammad al-Habib, Muhammad al-Fatih. Inshallah, you will benefit from this sohbah. Very, all awliya, we mentioned them, all of them, they give gift to all of you and to us, and they give light, and they erase all our badness and sins, and bless us by what they reach light in this day of months of Mawlid Miladul Nabi from Rasulullah and Allah Almighty, all blessed in this sohbah to all of us here. And all our sins and badness is erased from us. They erase it and make shafa'ah for us in divine presence of Rasulullah sallallahu Allah Almighty. For this I opened the sohbah as a right, not only for giving only knowledge or truth, no. From the station of Mawlana, because we want to bless all of you and all whom they love him by this kind of good tidings and blessing and jubba of lights as a gift from every one of these grand sheikhs and Sayyidina Abu Bakr and from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a gift because you were all this month celebrating the Mawlid of Rasulullah, giving respect and love to Rasulullah. Allah honor with you and honor with us by this gift from them.
Now we take that.
Now I already full with no, not spiritual. I am full with wine of love. Allah Almighty and Rasulullah. I am totally drunk now. If you like wine of love of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah, you give it. Yes, but all of you don't have cups. No, this is not a cup for small ones. Must be small. This wine of love. A big cup like this, you will be totally finished.
Say one is blessed.